Hi everyone, welcome to this week's weekly vlog. It's Saturday, I think it's about 4 o'clock, just been for a swim, and I'm gonna continue gluing string onto my plant pot. If you saw last week's, or was it the week before, vlog, you'll know that it's a project that I'm doing, and I wish I hadn't started it. I'm not very pleased with it, but I think it's going to look okay, and I've kind of committed to it, so I need to finish it. So I'm going to go and get on with that, and I've put the slow cooker on today, so I'll show you what's in there, and then this evening we're going to have our dinner and watch a bit of TV. Rock and roll Saturday night as usual for us. Strictly Come Dancing starts next Saturday. Are you happy about that, Martin? He's not happy about that. I love it. Right, I'm just going to put the slow cooker on. In here I've got loads of different veg chopped up. I've got garlic, there's frozen spinach, if you're wondering what that weird looking green lumps are. And I've got a tin of coconut milk, a little bit of veg stock, and a load of curry spice. And I'm just going to put that on to cook. I haven't put any protein in yet because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to add to it, and I'm probably going to freeze it, and then when we come to eat it I'll decide whether to put the soya pieces in it or chickpeas, or you can add loads of things. Sometimes I don't put any protein in it because we end up having onion bhajis with it, which I make with chickpea flour, so we get our protein then. So yeah, I'm just going to put this on to cook. Here it is finished. I'm quite pleased with it actually. It doesn't bear close inspection. It looks alright. Now I just need to decide what to do with that massive one and those two. But for now, I shall just be pleased that I finished that one. It's Sunday morning and we're at Playa Blanca. It's about 9:20. We're going to walk probably nearly into Rosario and then back again. We've got a sort of a circular thing planned, haven't we? A frying pan shaped walk along there's a lovely coast path. I've shown it loads of times before in my vlogs. We've brought our breakfast with us, so we're going to sit and eat our breakfast after our walk and have a lovely view of Playa Blanca and Rosario, and then we're going to head to slightly inland. There's a market in Teeu, which I think is once a month roughly. They don't always do it, but it's on today, so we're going to go have a look at that and hopefully get coffee whilst we're there. That was a really nice morning out, and then we got straight in the pool, done my swimming, and now it's time for lunch. I'm going to make some falafels for lunch in a wrap with whatever salady bits, veggie bits that we've got, and then tonight we're just going to have beans on toast. So I might make another loaf of bread this afternoon. I've also got lots of editing to do, and I might try and do my qigong as well, but I'll see how I get on and what my motivation is like, because I've also want to start doing some I've got another little sewing thing that I need to do, so I might do that. I'll just see, go with the flow. Right, I've got falafels, pepper and frozen spinach in here, and then I've got some chopped up like greens to go in it as well. It looks a bit strange, but who cares? And ooh, I'm going to maybe have some cucumber in the wrap as well. Oh, and there's spices in there as well, so it should be quite spicy and yummy. So here's my wraps. I've got 2 because I'm hungry, and I've just made a little dressing from vinegar and tahini, and I'm just going to drizzle that. Monday morning, did a bit of cleaning, only for a minute or 2, sat down and drank my tea and did some crochet. Then I did a little bit of meal planning because we're going to go shopping later, and I'm determined to try something from this book again. Went for our morning walk, which was glorious, and then when we got back I had a very green breakfast, which was absolutely delicious. Now it's time to go shopping. We're just having an extra walk this afternoon, get some more steps in. We've just parked at Atlantico and walked all the way round into town. I'm going to go to the pharmacy and try and get my perimenopause drugs. Somebody just walked past, that's why I'm whispering. Anyway, let's go and get this done. That was a good walk. I've done way more than 10k steps. Pleased with that, and just had a little swim in the sea, which was gorgeous. And I got the perimenopause medication, so I'll have a good look at that when I get home. And I'm gonna make some naan breads. Well, I need to have a shower first, but then I will show you when we get home. Morning everyone, it is Tuesday. We've been for our walk, picked up some bananas because the ones we got yesterday are not quite ripe, and we popped to the town hall because we need to pay our bin tax, but the guy's not there, so we're going to go to Antigua probably tomorrow. And I'm going to spend the day now, got some gardening to do. I want to do some baking, you know, some of the kind of puddingy, healthy, sugar-free pudding things that I like to make. And what else am I going to do? I've got a Zoom call with my mum at 5 and a bit of housework, I think. Everything was going quite well this morning. We've repotted a big plant. Martin made a new pot. I'll put a picture out of pallets and it's fab. I've made a plum crumble with an oaty top. I've baked a loaf of bread and I'm just doing a banana bread. Thought, great, I'll get my lunch and let me show you. So I was going to have wraps with hummus, spinach, tomato and quinoa, and I thought I'll just heat the quinoa up for a minute in the microwave, and honestly I just dropped it everywhere and it goes everywhere. I'm so clumsy these days. I've managed not to do anything else stupid this afternoon. I had a lovely chat with my mum and I got all my baking done, so I've got my loaf of bread done, the crumble, and I did like a chocolate banana bread. I'll take a picture in a minute and put it in. I also drove down to the British stores and they had ground coriander, so I picked some up because you can't always get that here, and some hot chili powder. I'm going to cook the dinner now, which is exactly the same as yesterday, which is just the leftover of the curry that we had, and a bit of mango, a bit of rice, and the homemade naan breads. Really, really good. Mum, this is the book. Did I already show this? This is the book I was on about, the BBC Good Food. We were just talking about it on the Zoom. I just thought I'd show her. Anyway, I'm gonna go. This is what I'm going to take for my lunch today. I've got a big thing of spinach and coriander, and there's carrot sticks in there and red pepper, and I've just sloshed a bit of vinegar over it. Then I've got, this is a one that I made a while ago and it's been in the freezer. It's a avocado and butter bean, like garlicky dip, and that one's ordinary hummus. And then I've just got a little sandwich with the bread that I made yesterday with Marmite in it, and I'll probably share this with Martin. It's the last of those breakfast bars that I made from out the freezer, so this should keep me going. I finished this book, which I really enjoyed, and I'm going to start this one next, which looks a bit different for me. The Convenience Store by the Sea, Sonoko Machida. It's translated, so yeah, I'm quite looking forward to trying that one. Not quite sure what it's going to be. I'll let you know. Hi everyone, I just thought I'd sit down and have a little chat to end this vlog because I've got a few things to show you. I did a Teeu haul. I know Teeu is terrible, but it's the only thing that delivers here, and sometimes it just has to be done. So if you don't like Teeu, then I'll say bye now. First of all, I got this, which amused me highly, and Martin, I don't think he's that amused by it. No, he was. He thinks it's funny. He quite likes kind of having a list like I do. He's also very organised, so I just thought it was a bit of fun. I also got these. These are really good actually. You attach them to old water bottles, and then you can use them like a watering can, and I find those really good here. I use them a lot in the garden, so I just got a couple more. I got a little teeny weeny pot with a bamboo lid to keep cotton buds in. I don't know why I don't need that at all, but you know what it's like when you get on Teeu. I also got this, which is like a shining pad thing for the car, for the inside of the car, just to get all the dust off. Yesterday it was boiling yesterday. We've had a Kalima, and we were over in Los Molinos, which you saw, and then I was at my Spanish class and it was so hot in the classroom. We were literally all dying. But today it's actually been raining a little bit this morning, and it's quite chilly for here, I think. So I don't know what's going on with the weather. Next random item is a Christmas sign. It says, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas," and I thought that was quite cute. I then got a little purse, which I actually did buy for a reason, and it's to keep my earphones and like the charger for the phone and everything in when we go away. So it's not just kind of kicking around in the suitcase or whatever. So that there was a slight reason for that. I don't know why I was holding you up on my selfie stick and it was all wobbly, because it's a stand as well. So I've now stood you up and that's better. So I've got two different brushes, and here, because it's so dusty, we get dust on like the runners of the windows and the doors and the wardrobe bits. It's really difficult to clean. I think this one's going to be too soft, but I don't know, it'll get rid of some of it. But this one might do the job. It's a little bit tougher, or this one actually would be quite good, I think, for doing tiles, in between the tiles as well. So I got those. I then got a couple of these, and I might give one of these to my dad and keep one for myself. It's like an elastic thing, and then there's a space here to put your pen in, so you can keep it around your book or your journal, and then you've got a pen to go with it. And I really like that, because it drives me mad when I sit down to journal or make lists or something, and I can't find a pen. I don't know why I bought two. Maybe I did think of my dad, so he can have one of those. I then got this little desk calendar, and I looked around here for one of these in all the shops, and I just couldn't find one. So sometimes I do need to go on to Teeu to get things, but this just sits on the desk, and then you open it up, and it's quite small, but that's fine. I just need to write, like, I like to see the whole week as a whole, so if I'm meeting anyone, if we've got any appointments, I like to write the school days on there, things like that, just so I can see at a glance how the week is panning out, and so that I can kind of, be a bit organised and know what I'm doing each day roughly. So I'm actually quite pleased with that. I then got some more pretend ivy lights, which they look rubbish when they're like this, but when you undo them and get the battery in, and I'm going to wind them round one of my plant pots, probably somewhere over in that corner, because up there is the fake ivy lights, and they look really nice in the evenings. They're very inexpensive, the batteries last for ages, and I love twinkly lights, so I got some more of those. And then the last thing I got is a sign that I've put up on my shelves, so I'm going to flip you around and show you that. So that was my inhale exhale sign, which I love actually. I'm really pleased with that. All the other bits that I got are craft bits, so I will show you those when I do my craft podcast, which might be next week. My cousin's coming tomorrow, and so's a friend coming for a few days, so I'm going to be quite busy. So next week's vlog will be like a chatty sort of finish of September, what's gone well and what's going to happen in October. But I might get round to doing the craft podcast at some point as well. Obviously, I've started back at Spanish school. I loved it yesterday. We did quite a lot, and we did a lot of talking. It was brilliant. We've got to go today as well, which was a bit of a surprise. She just randomly told us, you need to come tomorrow. And I'd planned a dinner that needs me to be here cooking it, so I've just quickly made some mashed potato and veg and bunged the slow cooker on with a bit of chicken in it and some like gravy basically, so it'll be ready when we get back. But I'm really looking forward to knowing, we will definitely know today when our days are going to be and which groups we're going to be in and things like that. But yesterday, before we went to Los Molinos, we went and did our taxes in Antigua. We had to pay our basura, which is the bin tax, and the car tax, and I did the whole thing in Spanish and they understood me, which is I was really pleased about that. So it's kind of, I'm very enthusiastic, put it that way. I'm motivated to learn more and to be able to speak more and things like that. I'm definitely more confident from going to these lessons, so that is good. So yeah, I think that's it really. I don't really need to tell anything else. Hope everybody's well. Thank you as always for watching and liking and commenting and messages and all that kind of thing. I really appreciate it. Hope you are all well, and I will see you next week. Take care everyone. Bye.